I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa coming for you. I'm a space invader. I'll be a rock and rollin' bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. Just smoking like a big monkey bird. And I'm busting up my brains for the world. Keep your electric on me, babe. With your ray gun smile. Press your space close to my love. Freak out in a moon age daydream, oh yeah. Don't fake it, baby. Lay the real thing on me. The church of mad love is such a holy place to be. Make me, baby. Make me know you really care. Make me jump into the air. Keep your electric on me, babe. Put your ray gun to my head. Press your space close to
interrupt this broadcast for an emergency alert. The Department of Defense is confirming reports of an unknown object entering Earth's atmosphere.
An alien artifact landed on Earth. We need to know why. And they want me to lead the mission. The trip is 6 months.
If all goes as planned,
I am coming back. I promise you.
This is the most important mission in the history of humankind. It's time.
Here we go.
we are on our way to a planet full of aliens.
I found something. How many of these things do you think are out there?
Our first contact with an alien civilization
is a risk. People will die.
We are all here for the same reason. To protect the lives of the people back on Earth.
Wait, what's that?
I am gonna get home.
What's happened here is going to happen on Earth.
Oh God, no. I have to save the crew. Save Earth.
What if by doing this, we launch into an interstellar war?
We don't have a choice.
And that's what you just saw was the trailer for the show that we're going to be talking about tonight. It's brand new out of the Netflix content machine, just cranking them out. I mean, holy moly, man. This is another one called Another Life. And Brian, how you doing, man? In the house?
¿Por qué? Mi hermano es doing bueno.
Es muy bueno.
Bueno.
I wish I knew how to say hug in Spanish, but I don't. So fuck it.
Mi familia, Deb. I don't know. Did that translate properly?
Yeah. Sí, familia. Sí.
Es familia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this show. We're doing the first 5 episodes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna put this as a part 1 for next week because we thought this was a film.
I thought. I mean,
seriously, man. And when I found out, first of all, people, you got to know that when you say Katie Sackhoff, Irate says, I'm there. I don't care. I don't care. I really, to be honest with you, I've liked just about everything that she's in. I don't know if that's going to be the situation here, but you know, hey. So I don't have any photographs of Aaron Martin, but he's the guy behind the production of this, right? And and so we'll rattle through and go through the cast real quick. Let's see, of course, like I said originally, Katie Sackhoff, who makes me want to just think about it. Is the lead role here. She plays Nico Breckenridge, an astronaut who commands a crew on a mission to explore the genesis of an alien artifact.
Chime in the 80s music.
That's right. Just when I was out, I was fixing to retire. Okay, and then this guy's in it, Justin Chatwin. You'll recognize him if you're a fan of let's see, Orphan Black. He's also in I always forget anyway. It's a British show, but it's been redone on TV with William Macy plays the main. He played one of the characters in it anyway.
Can I just say something about him real quick? I think that maybe the casting was off a little bit because to me, he constantly looks like he's perma 22 to 25. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He may be the only person. He may be the only person in the world that's smaller than Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
just-
yeah. He looked like, I feel like, I'm watching Harry
He's a
Potter.
little dude from yeah, and so
Like,
it's like you can see that he's like towering over Katie Sackhoff. So I know the dude's like standing on a box or something. It's just, I'm sorry, man. They used to do that shit. They would dig a trench.
Well, Katie Sackhoff's tall, like really tall.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure she's like what 5'10" or something. That's pretty tall for a woman, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care.
I care how tall she is, Landon. Anyway, so yeah, Justin Chatwin plays her husband, or common law. I don't know. They don't have the same last name, Brian. What does this mean? He's Eric Wallace, a member of the United States Interstellar Command, dedicated to finding intelligent life out in the universe, and he's also the husband of Nico.
Yeah.
And then this guy,
common law is the future.
well, it's certainly cheaper on taxes. I'll put it that way.
Absolutely.
That's what I've heard.
Speaking of that, I was talking to Beebs. I was like, it would be great if we could get a domestic partnership.
Yeah.
Because tax-wise, it would help me out way, way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Oh yeah.
And it's sort of funny that, you're not allowed to get that.
They're de-incentivizing marriage, right?
Well, I mean, there's really no incentive to marriage.
No, it would make sense that if, like, all right, so if you got married, then they would give you a bigger cut, just because they know that you're creating a family there, right? Mm-hmm. There's only anyway.
Yeah.
The mysteries of the United States tax code, 1,371.
Exactly.
All right, and this guy's plays a holographic AI that runs the ship. His name is William. He's was configured to her neural array for maximum responsiveness to the captain, Captain Nico Breckenridge, or Nico. That's what they call her. And then there's this actress. She looks really familiar, and she's like the I don't know. There's a lot of like, she must have been like a kid actor or something, because I got a feeling that she wants to get naked or something. She's very wanting to get sexual with these guys on this trip.
Which actress is it? Because I can't see it.
She's the one that plays the younger one. There's like three chicks, right? There's the darker chick with the short hair.
Oh, so she's the chick that takes the visor off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she probably does seem like the youngest out of the entire crew, but the crew is made up of, and I'm quoting here, 20-somethings. Let's see here. Hot 20-somethings where everyone fucks.
Well, they're not wrong. That's not a wrong description, to be honest.
That is not a wrong statement.
All right. So there's a definite soap opera feel to this thing going in, but we're going to talk about this thing. It's just going to take our time. This dude, AJ Rivera, in it, representing the big and beautiful out there, and doing it quite well. He's the bear, guys. He's a bear. Just saying. No response from Brian.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out who you're talking about, because I have to wait for it to go. Yeah. So, you say that. I had no idea that the other character, which I'm assuming you've got next in the reel, was a dude.
Oh, no. Yeah, he's coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, this guy named Jake Abel plays he's like supposedly this liaison. he's there because he's rich, and his dad's the Secretary of Defense, right? And he's going to be, he's like on the fast track to be a president, right? Be the next U.S. president. And so,
he's the Chad bro.
yeah, he's definitely the Chad bro on there. And something interesting happens to him later on. It's like when we talked, when you communicated to me about splitting it up, I was already almost through episode 6, so I'm right at the start of episode 7, and there's a lot that happens in episode 6. So, yeah, he's part of it. And then there's this Russian guy, Alex Ozerov, excuse me. He's Russian, of Russian descent. He's got a shaved head on the show because that's how you're not going to recognize him here. He looks completely different, but he always plays Russian guys in everything he's in. He's a Russian because he's a Russian. All right, Alexander Elling plays this character named Javier Almazanar, former hacker who is on board the Salvare, which is the name of the ship that they're on, but we're not there yet. As an expert in computer engineering. And then Brian had mentioned this person, okay, who goes by the name of JR, capital J, little A, little Y, capital R, and then space, and then T, capital Tinaco. So it's Tanaka.
Wow. Yeah. It is. You chose that picture. I did not even know that person looked like that. That is nuts. Because throughout the show, I thought that was a woman.
He is fabulous.
Legitimately, I did not think that like, in no way did it come across as a man to me, and I was like, there you go. That's the picture. Oh, I was like, pretty decent.
Well, yeah, for the androgyny, yeah, man, that was really well done. It wasn't thrown at you. It wasn't like
it's not in your face.
Exactly. It's not a come here and dig this shit because But then again, we're not through with the series, so we may have just jinxed ourselves. But what the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he's the doctor. All right, he's the doctor on board of the ship. So pretty important character if you ask me. I mean, if I don't know, somebody gets a thorn from another planet, stuck in their leg, and gonna need some help from this guy.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you don't want him to die quickly or anything like that because that would fuck shit up. Just saying. Anyway, and then of course this young lady, Lena Renna, who's been in everything that's on Netflix, except for Stranger Things.
That's okay. Stranger Things is sort of boring.
Well, it's like I've got comments about that, but that's a different thing. It's a different ball of wax. And then to round out the cast is Selma Blair, and it's nice to see her back and acting. I don't know if y'all know this, but she was diagnosed with a severe case of multiple sclerosis. And so she has days where she's in extreme pain. She has days where she has problems, speaking. It's almost like some of the symptoms of stroke-like with her. So, and she's been having, that's where she's been. It's like I said, where the fuck has she been since Hellboy, man? She was great in that. Yeah, she's a good actress. And there's a lot of potential to this cast, I think. But she winds it out, right? And so now we're going to go to the main room with the slideshow with stuff from the Another Life. Sorry. So Brian, I believe you wanted to talk a little bit before we got into this thing.
Okay, so as I was watching this show, I noticed that on my Windows, of all places, an article popped up. It's like instant little tab on the side, Mashable article by Adam Rosenberg talking about this show. And it says here that he binge watched all 10 episodes. I have that verified via his Twitter.
Right.
And the way he described it was, what if Star Trek, but with Selma Blair lighting up a B-plot take on The Arrival and a cast of hot 20-somethings where everyone fucks. Now, you know, I gotta say, that's an explanation of it for sure, but I really think that it's not really doing it too much justice because Star Trek is not as good as this. I'm just gonna say that outright to begin with. Star Trek Discovery, not comparable. Star Trek Discovery is kind of garbage.
Yeah, it's very, very problematic, man. I mean, holy shit. It's a shit show from the get-go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's not great.
My God, they just the fact that what they did to they made the Klingons look like something from Creature of the Black Lagoon without the scales, right? They look like fish people, and they sound like they've got dicks in their mouths when they talk. I'm just saying, that's not the Klingons, man. You got them wrong. All right, my rage is over.
Well, and he goes through the scenario, and
all right. So you want to tell everybody what happens?
Yeah. Okay. So the scenario is that a spaceship shows up one day, and parks itself literally in the middle of a field somewhere and makes a giant.
It's more like a giant Mobius strip.
Yes, and I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a really nice idea. It wasn't just, hey, we're here to invade, you know? It wasn't like the stereotypical thing, which is sort of true of the entire series as far as up to episode 5. It does not really follow a uniform, what was the Lost in Space?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is that one of my big complaints is this thing's kind of everywhere. It doesn't know if it wants to be like Night Flyers and be like kind of a dark, kind of atmospheric, kind of thing, or because you get one episode where it's like that, and then another episode where it's like almost like a rom-com, with a little serious shit going on in it, and then one, is like this huge dream sequence that I felt, that I wasn't too happy with that. But anyway, so
yes, I actually totally agree with what you're saying, except I liked that about the show. I liked the fact that it wasn't just this one thing, always this one thing, really linear storyline where, this is the hero, and this hero has to go here and fix this problem, and in the end, they fix the problem, and it's done. And it's like, I really liked that idea, and I can see that either they're setting it up for a second, possibly third season, or it's going to be really, 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 really anticlimactic at the end.
Right. Well, what I was going to say is that I think there's a show that did a better job. It was called Dark Matter.
Yes.
That was a really good show. Because it's like when you're stuck in a spaceship and you're like traveling in space, it gets to be a challenge, I think, blocking wise, and plot wise. I mean, exactly what they got to do. So, of course, it's kind of like got that nod to the old school, series like Star Trek. It's got the planet of the week. This episode, they're like trying to find water or food or some shit, right? Like that. And so what happens is that after 6 months of not being able to contact this life or whatever it is that's landed, it's built this huge crystal tower, right? Surrounding it and then going up, and apparently it's sending some kind of signal out. And
yes,
it's kind of got everybody tripping out, and the governments want to send where they believe the source of the aliens, you know, where they come from. They want to send, you know, a bunch
team out to investigate.
Exactly, and
Yes.
and the only person that can captain this vessel is apparently Nico. Why we don't really find that out, you know. It's a little light on backstory with some of the shit, and on some of the other shit, it's like, I mean, it's like deep backstory, right?
Yeah, yes, but I see this as them painting a whole picture because I get the feeling that they're going to go a little further into backstory. Like they did go into the backstory of why they chose her. A little bit. I mean, a pretty good amount, like at least 15 minutes worth.
Right.
But at the same time, in reality, if this was to happen on our planet, the government would definitely send out a probe. They would definitely be like, "What the fuck is this?" You know?
Right.
They would try multiple angles to figure information out, because we don't just do one thing. That's not how we work. Also, by episode 2, I think it's 2, they realized that you can place a low frequency classical music at it, and it replies, but the classical music has these weird gaps in it, so it's communicating with them. And I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that it was a little more intelligent way of making communication, rather than, hey, they have voice translators and they already know how to speak your language. You know?
Right.
Because a lot of... I think that the initial impression of this is that the series is supposed to be like... what was that Sci-Fi original series about aliens that they did like 3 miniseries on? Or
like a Stargate?
Not Stargate.
It's
no,
more like Night Flyers, really. It looks a lot like Night Flyers, and then there's another one called Origin that was put out by YouTube, and I have yet to finish that. But that's actually pretty good, man. Because these people wake up and they don't know why they're on this ship and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Well, but in reality, this show has a much fancier mask on, but it is comparable to things like The 100 and the
Riverdale.
Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek Discovery, even Stargate. You could even possibly compare this to Stargate. It's one of those series where you realize by episode 3 or 4, this is an adventure to this area, but there's gonna be a lot of pit stops along the way because they done fucked up. And I also like the fact that not all the characters are perfect. You know, that's true to real life.
Right. Yeah. Nobody's black or white. Everybody's shades of gray, and that's. I agree with that. That's realistic. I think having a flawed lead character that kills somebody, you know, because they think they're doing the right thing, that's very believable, man.
And then has nightmares about it and freaks out because she thinks that maybe she didn't have to kill that person even though they were coming at her with a knife.
Right.
Yeah, that's character building and showing that the character is actually human rather than just some sort of robot who kills people who get in their way. So yeah, I thought that was a great design. The show takes place in the future as well, so it's not like it started today. They mentioned something about the Elon Musk space station established in 2026.
Right.
So I'm assuming this is sometime in like 2040.
It's in the 40s. Yeah, that's what that's kind of what I gathered too. So all right, so they send this ship out. there's an issue
Hello?
with the way with what the captain wants to do. All right, so on this ship, all right, for the long distance, they have these like suspended animation or sleep trays or whatever, and there's this kind of like this tech that kind of grabs you neurally, and you kind of crash, and you're like in this dream world, while you sleep, or I don't know what it. They really don't get very descriptive on the tech on there. So a lot of times you'll see them coming out of sleep and stuff, and you don't know why they went in. So there's I don't know. There's a couple of things that I found. The inconsistency is pretty much the most consistent thing about this thing, but it's not a piece of shit. It's like kind of it's got promise. So it's like I think the last 4 episodes will be the decider, because I think
factor.
I think it's going somewhere, especially with the shit that's going on Earth, and the husband's trying to communicate with the aliens or whatever that is, the Mobius strip. Speak so.
So one thing I think we should probably give you a couple of scenarios for this, right? The scenarios, the episode 1 scenario, they mutiny and try and use their ship to go through a sun with a shield on it. And that doesn't work out. And then the main character, who is played by Kara Thrace, or what's her real name? Blanking.
Kara Thrace, I like that, man.
Yeah.
Katie Sackhoff.
Well, yeah.
Makes me wanna.
Katie Sackhoff. But yeah, the captain ends up killing this person who came at them with a knife. Also, our chat has Hannibal O'Neill, Brittany Breslin, Toya Ain't Nice, Stone Monkey, Kaylin McLeod, MGTOW Warrior, and who else? Who else has shown up here today? Godbother. Shout out to all you guys.
Yes, Memes of Destruction. That's right.
Oh yeah, Memes of Destruction.
Hey man.
He was saying that he wanted to come on and talk about the show.
All right. Shit, where is he?
You would have to invite him.
I thought he was in my server.
Well, then ping him. Let's see here.
Exactly.
At meme. Here we go. Anyway, so that's the first episode really sort of cements the different roles of the people in there. The second episode, where they're like, well, shit, now we fucked up the ship. We need more oxygen and more hydrogen. That's the part where you're like, well, how are you going to get more oxygen and hydrogen?
Right.
Well, also water. Water has that, or certain other molecules will have that as well. So they find a planet that's just floating out in the middle of nowhere, a rogue planet, not sitting in orbit around anything or anything. They land on it, and the planet has virtually nothing except earthquakes and a mine. They go into the mine, and 2 of the characters, the guy that plays the bear and the one that looks the youngest, decide to open their masks. Now, this part right here, I'm like, guys, alien planet, guys, what are you doing? It's an alien planet. You don't know the biology here, guys.
Yeah.
So they open their visors, and they're like, "Ooh, this air's so good! It's like breathing real air." And they come back on the ship, and they infect everyone else. Now they get the guy who's doing soil samples gets blamed for it, even though in reality, it was the guys that took their masks off.
All right, I got memes in the green room. You ready?
Oh, yeah. You want to pull them in?
Let's yank him. Mr. Memes, you are muted. You can unmute if you want.
Finish explaining this.
Yes, please.
Oh.
So basically, they come back into the ship. Everyone gets infected with a life form that is what was it?
It
some
makes your
mineral
fucking
base.
spinal cord and your nerves attached to it crawl out of your fucking back.
Yeah.
So it's like a back-facing xenomorph.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Through a blister.
See,
Yeah.
man, there were nods to Alien through this thing. I mean, from the very beginning. You know, so definitely a lot of Ridley Scott nods.
But it was beautiful. Like, they did a great job on the graphic there. I was like, whoa! That woman's entire nervous system just ripped right out of her body.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Gross as fuck, man. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
What did you think, Memes?
Oh, what are we talking about?
Okay.
Oh, the series thingy.
Yeah, another
Yes.
life.
The
The-
whole reason we're on the live stream here.
Oh, the last series I watched on Netflix was the Godzilla series.
There we go. And now he's back in General VC. Okay, so we'll just keep going then. Look, if you want to come on the show, come on the show. But please, talk about the topic we're talking about.
It's a hard life being
Okay.
a captain.
It's a hard life using logic.
Logic.
If you what was it, the episode 3 or no, episode 5, they show up to a plant planet
Right.
because they need food, and now that they've messed up their ship and they can't go back to sleep in their ship for like long periods of time.
Right.
Then now they're sort of some of the show on Netflix is bad.
And they're fucking lost.
Oh yeah, and they're lost.
They're kind of lost.
Yeah, well, they messed up. They messed up real bad. They screwed up their entire system. They have no comms. They can't communicate with Earth anymore. But now they need food because now they don't know how long they're going to be in space, and they're going to run out of food after so many months. So they land on this planet with foliage, and things start getting a little weird. Like it seems like the captain and another character get kind of high together.
Yeah.
Without really knowing that they're high.
Yeah. Well, they kind of figure it out. You know, it's like, holy shit, I'm fucked up. Oh wow. You
Whoa.
know? Yeah, dude.
Bro.
Sweet.
Oh man, bro.
Bro, sweet.
So
Dude,
yeah.
sweet.
And then another character, the president's son character, is standing.
Yeah,
next to
they find a structure on that planet or moon or whatever it is that looks exactly like the same thing that's on Earth, right? This
Yes.
crystalline structure that's I guess got the Mobius strip as its root, and and so they start. He's like, I'm going to it and talking to it. Okay, like
because that's he does a 2-hour monologue. I am from the United States government of America, and we extend our helping hand to you. It just goes on, and you're like, holy shit. Okay, fair enough. That's his job, I guess. That's what he does.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, the bear and Jair? Yeah, I don't know how to say that name. His actual name, the actor's name.
Jair.
Is it JR or Jair?
Maybe JR.
We'll just call him JR for now. Are out in the field trying to see if they can eat any of the fruit, and after analyzing it, they taste it and it tastes like shit, and they vomit it everywhere. But meanwhile, the bear guy gets stabbed by some sort of plant
Yeah.
while walking back,
Right.
and it infects him.
Yeah, and
Which-
the effects actually look pretty good.
Really good.
Yeah, because they tie off his leg, and they give it this medicine, and this whole thing just starts turning black and shit. It's like, oh fuck, It's like it delivered on the effects. I think the cinematography is really good. I think they've got a great crew working with them on this stuff.
Yeah, they definitely do.
The chick with the kind of freckles, she was on the Flash TV series, and she the one that says "fuck" all the time. She's actually a pretty decent actress. I don't know. She seems better now than she was. So I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I actually didn't have a problem with anyone's acting for the most part. I have a feeling you disagree.
No, not really, man. There's like scenes. I think what they're trying to do is go with backstory, and they're really not like doing any character building except for like maybe 2 or 3 characters, and maybe that's what the end game is just everybody else is going to die but these 3 or 4 people, right? That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, because I really like the fact that in this series nobody's off limits. Everyone could die.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who's gonna live because
Yeah.
Really? I honestly thought that one chick was gonna live, and then her entire nervous system rips out of the back of her body, and it's like, whoa,
Dude.
Well, you're gone.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. And they unfreeze another biologist or a virologist.
Right.
To fix the problem, and it turns out that he catches it and accelerates it and kills himself. So that was, it's been pretty. It's got a lot of crazy stuff going on in it.
Yeah. What do you think about the relationship between the husband and the reporter, or Summer Blair?
I think that's a sad reality of our modern day world.
You see, I think she's like supposed to be an influencer. I think she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
well, yeah, but all people on the news are influencers now.
Well, yeah, but I don't think she even claims to be really. Well, she did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, claimed to be a journalist. She had her own website.
She's definitely a journalist.
So I mean, is Tim Pool a journalist?
That's a big argument, man. Because I don't know. If I read a news article, does that make me a journalist? I don't think so.
Well,
I think
okay.
I think journalists write the news. Other news readers read it.
Yeah, but
and I'm not being a dick or anything. I'm just
No, I agree. Let's say you go out somewhere and write the article about what is happening out there. Are you a journalist yet? Because some people think not. You have to be associated with a large corporation to be a journalist.
And that's bullshit too. I think a person with a camera that knows how to be at the right place at the right time consistently can be a good photojournalist.
Absolutely.
And
I think we need more of those people.
Yeah, me too, man. Because we got a lot of propagandists running around on both sides of the damn thing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this little game.
So,
I'm mad as hell.
How would you rate this series so far? Episode 1 through 5.
Okay, episode 1 through 5. Episode 1, man, seemed like it went on forever and ever. I don't know what the fuck it was.
It was longer than the other episodes.
Yeah, it's like right over an hour. And it's I think the I think this is like, I've got a strange feeling that this is going to be like everything else that Netflix does, right? Is that they're weaving together a very complex story, right? In a very shoddy kind of way. Do you see what I'm saying? And then but what they've been doing is they've been doing stuff like this. Godzilla was a good example. Just about all of their fucking anime, right? Is that they'll weave this story and then it'll fucking collapse right at the very end. And you get pissed off because you invested literally, some time out of your life in this thing, and the payoff, there's no payoff. It's a fuck you. And some of the shows on Netflix is bad, man. I totally agree with you, Kellen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Hemlock Grove,
oh my God. And
what a waste of time.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't watch that movie with fucking Neil Young and what was that actress's name?
Oh yeah,
Daryl Hannah. It's Daryl Hannah. It was Daryl Hannah.
Oh fuck! I can't believe we watched that. That was so awful.
So this is definitely a shitload better than that, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was the. If you really want to just like a really kind of like an out of body experience, watch that fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
That's if you want an out of body experience because you've shot yourself in the face.
Exactly.
So what was your rating on this though?
At this point, I'm giving it a 6. I'll be honest.
Yeah. See, that's sort of where I fell. I was like 6.5, maybe 7 if it gets, if it's got a good conclusion.
Right. Because it's got to pay off back to the thing at the beginning, because I want to, we've got to know what the Mobius strip is, because one of the characters goes into the one on that moon, and then he comes out fucked up, and we don't know if that's him, if it's a copy, what's going on, So it depends on how that story develops. There's a couple things that could really be really, 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 really well done. And I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. So I would still, even at a 6.5 right here, I would still recommend this to people though. I really think that out of all the Netflix series out there, this is probably on the better side of things.
Yeah. They're getting few and far between, to be honest with you. North
they
American,
really are.
North American wise, things that are shot in English, and the other stuff at least they're starting to dub stuff in French and German and Russian and all that shit in English now. So it's nice to see that, because there's a couple of series out there that look pretty weird, man. This French thing I'm watching called Black Spot, strange, very strange.
English dub?
Yeah, there's an English dub for it. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God Netflix listened.
Yay! Thank you, Netflix, for that, because it does help take the burden up for us, and because some of us like to multitask,
Absolutely.
Because cutting film and putting film together and rendering it takes a lot of fucking time.
It really does. It really does.
It's a time suck, man, and a half.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
What's that? 1 hour per minute of film you put together?
Yeah, well, it's like you get in there, you're doing it, you look up, Fucking 4 hours has passed by, man. You know?
And I don't even have the right font I want. Son of a bitch.
God damn it.
Anyway, so you gonna shill anything or?
Well, of course, tomorrow night, Cream Stream number 91. We're gonna do that cringe binge like we do oh so well. Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, and 2 Pacific. I will be speaking with the one known as the Audacious Leaf, the sweetest leaf, the unapologetic
really?
Canadian.
Well, can you ask her a question for me? Ask her why she's hiding that she's truly bald.
Trichotillomania is a motherfucker.
It's a joke.
I know.
She doesn't. Yeah, she'll get it though. She'll get a laugh out of it.
Yeah. She's okay, people, man.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah. And so, and I got some other people coming up. April Rain, Zell, Pants Ninja.
Wait, you have April Rain?
Yeah.
I haven't heard from her in like 6 months.
She bought a houseboat, or it's actually a mini yacht. It's beautiful.
What?
Yeah, she bought a boat, man. It's
now she just sails the open sea, or what?
Well, I think she hits it and goes out and then comes back. You know, kind of doing her thing.
That's cool.
Getting freaky on the Gulf, I think. She's smart.
Oh, wow.
She's on the Gulf. Take that thing out. Proper.
Well, I have a couple of videos that are in the works, but I do not know when they're coming out because I've been sort of busy lately. I almost bought a house on auction. Did you know that?
How'd that go, man?
Badly. Some noob was there, showed up and bid way too much.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Uh-huh.
People are so dumb, man. I think if I was new to something like that, I would like just feel it out and see what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta get a feel from what's happening.
This guy bought a house for $2,000 under like asking value.
Dude.
Yeah, at an auction. That's like, imagine this, people. You've never seen the inside of a house. You've only seen the outside. And you don't know what condition it's in, and you paid full price for it. Like,
yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I've got an old saying, 50% is too much.
Exactly.
You know? I'm more of a 40% man. If I can get something at 40% its value, I will do it every time. But I don't know. I'm one of those people. I look for deals, and if a deal jumps at me, and if I got the ability to do it, I'll jump on it. You know, they're few and far between now, but back in the day, yeah, I got some good deals.
Okay.
Well, shit, y'all. It's 5 till, but I mean, I think until next week, this is a good place to, I guess, go ahead and put the brakes on.
I think so too.
All right, well, let's chill it out, my friend.
Subscribe to Irate Prostate. Thug Life fam.
Subscribe to the Butter Baron. See y'all next week. It's Irate Sam OUT, and remember this.